Well, we had the Xbox Showcase, we had PlayStation's little state of play, and I'm back randomly from several weeks of being MIA. Let's get straight to it. Welcome to episode 6, I think, of Lod Xtra. Yes, I had things written down, but I don't know where I put them. Having one of those days, as you do. It's been a few weeks. I apologise. Busy with doggy problems, health problems, and just general family stuff. So, getting straight to it. What a flipping showcase we had on Sunday. That has to be the best Xbox showcase they've done since they've started doing these streams. Like, honestly, easily the best one. And it's not overly bloated with stuff that's coming like a year away. Fair enough, there was their fair share of stuff coming next year, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not that far away when you think about it. I mean, we're already near enough halfway through 2024, and there's still plenty of games to come out in 2024, and then obviously we know some of the games that's coming out in 2025 to enjoy. And there's about 30 games shown. I believe 17 of them is getting into Game Pass. Or was it 17 of them was first party? Like, just put it this way, there was a lot. And there was a lot to unpack and digest about the Call of Duty stuff at the end. I loved the way they opened with a COD trailer, and then they ended with the segment where they were going on about the campaign and the multiplayer and the zombies. And round-based's back, baby. No more Modern Warfare 3 bullshit. Yeah, sorry for the language. It only took, what, not even 2 minutes? I do apologise. But games just gets me going. Round-based's back. The only thing that has some people worry, which to be honest with you, I'm not overly fussed about it myself, but I thought I would touch on it, is the always connected to the internet stuff is making a return, even though people don't like it. Like, there's a lot of speedrunners, and even myself. Like, there was a few times I tried to get to as high a round as possible on Cold War, and it would just crash. It would just dashboard me, and the error code that would eventually be visible would just be connectivity issues. And like, what can you do about that? So that's still going to be an issue, I think. I can't find anything anywhere where if they said there's going to be, on the console map, solo play. Sorry about the noise. Recently, there has been a new addition to my little family. A little Shih Tzu puppy called Daisy. My wife's seen her and just had to have her, so I just went, you know what? You put up with my shtick with the gaming stuff, so you want another wee puppy? You can have another wee puppy. And she's proceeding to now try and eat my hand, but okay, we'll try and carry on with this distraction. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is, like, I'm going to get the elephant in the room out first so I can talk about the games that I thought were really, really exciting. Black Ops 6's campaign looks like it's going to be pretty good. Adler's returning, so definitely carrying on the Cold War storyline. The Dark Ether storyline is being continued as well. I don't know if the nonsense in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies is going to be part of that or not. I kind of hope not, but if it is continued, then obviously I'll not be surprised. I'm just excited and just pumped for it. Modern Warfare 2 it really got me back into Call of Duty because I just loved it. Modern Warfare 3 was the biggest mistake I have seen in a very long time. Now, I will admit to eating crow. I do still play it. I do still play the multiplayer. But when it comes to the story or the campaign and the zombies, they are the poorest in the franchise since, well, Vanguard. Vanguard's campaign was alright, but the Vanguard zombies was pish. Modern Warfare 3 was a mistake. It should have had longer to cook. It should have had much better story. I mean, to go from Modern Warfare 2019 story, which was great, Modern Warfare 2's story, which was great, and it was a nice sort of setting the stage for Modern Warfare 3, for Sledgehammer just to come in and literally be a sledgehammer and just smash it to bits. What am I playing here? What was the point? So, enough of Call of Duty. That's it out of the way, because then I'll end up going into a rant and I don't like doing that. Contrary to popular belief, I don't like ragging on people's work. South of Midnight got gameplay during the showcase, and I had absolutely no interest in it beforehand. The trailer last year did absolutely nothing for me, but seeing the gameplay and some of the voice acting obviously in the gameplay, I'm actually genuinely looking forward to this game now. It looks different. It looks different than the trailer did. The trailer, for me, the first one, didn't really portray it that great. But this time, when you're actually seeing gameplay and you're seeing the world, like just how beautiful the world is, that bloody big gator at the end and stuff, and I'm actually excited for South of Midnight. I can't wait to see more, and just like everybody else, just waiting to see more and get an actual proper release date and stuff. Yeah, during the showcase, there was some games which they kept saying were coming out in 2024, but there was no release date. So I'm guessing they're saving stuff like that for Gamescom. Like, different trailer or maybe some gameplay, and then like the reveal date at the end of it. Just if these games are coming out in 2024, then obviously they're going to reveal the release date soon. Like, even Indiana Jones didn't have an exact release date. It just had 2024. So, yeah, we'll just have to keep an eye on that one. My biggest surprise from this showcase, which actually had me reinstall every previous game to play them from start to finish again, is Gears of War E-Day. Now, one thing that did concern me about the potential of a Gears 6 was, what way is it going to go? What choice was canon and stuff like that. But with Gears E-Day, that doesn't matter. It's a prequel. Like, all the stuff, all the other games haven't happened yet. This is a prequel. This is going back to like horror-ish elements. Like, the first game was pretty dark, really dire. Like, I think the first game portrayed like the dire circumstances of what was going on better than some of the later ones. Unreal Engine 5, it looks like it's going to be good. Now, one thing I have read and was able to confirm, obviously by reading different sources and stuff, was that this E-Day trailer was made up of assets from the game, but it was outsourced. So don't be too surprised if we get a gameplay trailer eventually and it doesn't quite match this. Like, this was done by a different company using the assets, fair enough, but this was done by a different company. That's another reason I'm excited for it. I'm pumped for it. Something new to look forward to. Fable surprised me. I thought Fable was going to be a bit too tongue-in-cheek after that last trailer. But this trailer, there is still the tongue-in-cheek humour, the wit, British wit, but there's also a more serious tone to it, which is kind of portrayed a bit in this trailer, and that has me much happier. I mean, it looks phenomenal. It's going to be fantastic. Playground games they don't, to steal a term from another podcast, they don't miss. Everything they've done, as far back as I can remember, has easily been Game of the Year material. So just that alone, like, I understand that, you know, they're only really known for like their Forza stuff, but the Xbox executives and stuff wouldn't have put up the money and the resources and stuff if they thought that Playground weren't up to it. Having my stereotypical bloody problem when the camera's on me, I start forgetting things. Sea of Thieves, wasn't interested. Really, just wasn't interested. Did I mention Civilization 7 got announced? I can't remember if it was on the Xbox showcase or if it was the Summer Games Fest, but Civilization 7 got announced, and that is a day one for me, 100%. I had to go and refresh myself in the names of some of the games that were shown. Civilizations was not in the Xbox showcase. Doom was, and it looks fucking great. Now, my main concern whenever it was like, oh, Doom Dark Ages, I thought, oh great, it's just gonna be melee stuff. It's just gonna be, no, you know what? I didn't like Far Cry Primal. I didn't like drastic changes. That's just me. I'm not a big fan of like just titanic shifts. Like for the likes of Helldivers, a drastic shift actually worked, but for a lot of games, a drastic shift, I don't know of any other examples where it's actually, you know, come out the other side bare. But Doom, the Dark Ages, it is multi-platform. That's confirmed. Minutes after the show, I think it was minutes after the show ended, the PlayStation YouTube channel fired up the trailer too, so I'm really happy about that. It'll actually give me something to play on my PS5, because right now it's, if I'm not playing COD, I'm not playing anything. There was a mech game which I will look up right now. I keep forgetting the name of it because the name's not great. It just doesn't stick, if that makes any sense. The footage is pretty cool. The gameplay looks pretty cool. I don't know, where's the damn name? It's called Mecha Break. Mecha Break. What? I don't know. The name just, yes, it's about mechs, but what? Break? I don't know. Like, it's because you're breaking mechs? I don't know. I really don't like the name. It reminds me of Ready Break too much. Like, is this like some special edition porridge or something? Like, what's the crack? I don't know. The gameplay looks good. It's coming 2025. There's a beta actually coming this August for it, but I don't know if you have to pre-order or if you just, you know, if it's just an open beta. There was one game in particular which really surprised me, and I'm not overly interested in these sorts of games. Where is she? There. It's called, well, it's from the guys that brought us Shen, Now, Ashen is probably one of the last like roguelike games I ever played that I actually enjoyed. It's called Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn, and it's actually coming to Game Pass pretty soon. Like, it's coming on the 18th of July. Like, that's really, really soon. Now, the guys will tell you, I'm not a fan of roguelikes. I'm not a fan of Souls-likes. If I want to play a Souls-like game, I'll go back and play the original Demon Souls or even the first Dark Souls. Like, to me, all these guys that are using that as a tag to try and promote their game, it's like, guys, try and differentiate yourself from this stuff having the same sort of elements. Like, games many, many, many years ago, you died, it was game over. They didn't fucking call it roguelike. You had one life. When you died, you had to take the cassette out, rewind it, put it back in, and start over. The games weren't fucking roguelike. Everybody just sticks to a label now, and it is so goddamn irritating that 9 times out of 10, if I hear a game in a trailer or like, you know, during a podcast when I gotta go, oh, it's roguelike elements, I just go, skip. Even if it's Game of the Year material, skip. Nah. Because to me, like, it doesn't necessarily mean it's that way for everybody, but to me, when you're labeling your game after another game, no, you don't have enough faith in your game to stand on its own. And like, if people start saying, like, people reviewing it start going, oh, it's got a lot of roguelike elements, it's this, it's that, and all. Right, fine, that's all right. That's what the reviewers are playing the game and finding out for themselves, blah, 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 blah. But when part of your advertising pitch is, it's a roguelike, that's the first fucking thing you hear, I immediately switch off. Nope, not having it. Don't care. Could be the Game of the Year. It could end up being the single best game I've ever played in my entire adult life. But as soon as you go, oh, it's roguelike, instead of just being detailed in what you're saying, and you die, you go back to the start, you lose your stuff, blah, blah, blah. Like, see, instead of actually doing like an overview video, or even just a PlayStation blog or an Xbox Wire post or something, you don't put the effort into telling me what your game is about and take a shortcut by saying, oh, it's roguelike, I just switch off. That's not, nope, you're not putting the time into me as a consumer or as a potential player. I'm not going to put the time into your game. Like, I thought Returnal was garbage. But that's just me. People loved it. I thought Returnal was garbage. It's the same with Souls. Like, there was a few games that were coming out, I thought, oh, this reminds me of like Onimusha or like Dynasty Warriors a little bit and stuff like that. And then it'd be like, oh, this Souls like will do such and such. Fucking skip. No, just fucking skip. Not interested. Not interested. If you want to make a game hard, make it hard. Don't just start going, oh, it's a Souls like. So what? That's because it's hard? That's what makes it hard, because you've went, why? What makes those games so good? Let's put it into our game. Mate, if you want to copy and paste, I can fucking give you the shortcuts, you know what I mean? Nah, fuck that. If I'm going to spend my money on a game, I am not going to spend it on a game that just basically blatantly goes, we've looked at what works before on completely different franchises, and we've basically copied that, added our own little spin to it, which 9 times out of 10, their little spin to it's just different fucking characters, and then they just release the game. It's kind of like the Dead by Daylight stuff, like the asymmetrical stuff, the 1 versus 4 stuff. Like, Friday the 13th for me is still the quintessential everybody trying to survive, one guy's Jason trying to kill him, track them all down. I still think it does it better than all the other ones. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, shite. Evil Dead, it was alright, but it died a death, so clearly it was okay for me, but for the majority of people, it was shite. Dead by Daylight is so goddamn boring. There's no variation. You do the same fucking thing to escape. At least on Friday the 13th, you have options. You have options. Dead by Daylight, fix generators, get out the gate. That is it. That is literally it. I don't get it. I don't understand why it's so popular. I don't get it. Like, fair enough, some of the skins look the dog's nuts. Some of the skins look really, really cool. But gameplay is king for me, and it just ain't there. So, moving on. Metal Gear Delta. I don't know if they're sticking to Metal Gear Delta as a name for this now, but Metal Gear Snake Eaters remaster or remake, it looks unreal, and I will 100% be picking that up. I loved the early Metal Gear games. I hate the last two, Ground Zero and the Phantom Pain. I think, nah, that's not it. Like, that's not Metal. To me personally, they're not Metal Gear games. They're something different. They tried it. I don't think it worked, but hey ho. For me, the last Metal Gear game was 4, but who's played it? Like, it's stranded on the PlayStation 3, and there's no port of it. Obviously, PlayStation don't seem as interested in bringing PS3 games forward as they are PS1 and recently PS2 games, but that could change in time. But right now, for me, the last brilliant Metal Gear game was 4, and it's, stuck on the PlayStation 3 platform. The remake of Delta, the trailer showed you a lot of stuff from like the introductory portion of the game, which for me, I think that's pretty good. I don't really want to know too much ahead because there's a lot of wee twists and stuff in the original, which I hope they've either been faithful to or changed it in such a way that it works. I overall, like, this is the best Xbox showcase they've ever had. I've literally heard my friends in work question what the fuck PlayStation's doing. And again, I'm sorry about swearing, but again, they have questioned what PlayStation's doing, and I just, like, I don't know. I don't work in the industry. I'm not lucky enough, fortunate enough to work in the industry. I only know what I see. I only know what I read, I hear, and, it's just, I don't know either. You know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, Xbox now has so many studios that if they weren't bringing out more games, first party, Activision, Bethesda, whatever way you want to label them, than PlayStation, something would be very, very wrong there. So I'm sorry, but if you're a PlayStation fan and you only play on PlayStation, still be happy, because there's some good third party games out of this deal which are gonna, well, they're not third party anymore, obviously, that are still gonna come out on PlayStation. I mean, Doom the Dark Age is gonna be unbelievable, and it's gonna be out on PlayStation 5 just like everywhere else. Fair enough, the likes of Indiana Jones, which it looked flipping great as well, it won't be, because I don't know what the hell's going on behind closed doors at Xbox. I'm hoping things are starting to settle down and they can, like, work normally, or whatever's normal these days. And for a little interjection, I mean, I don't have a problem with games going to different platforms. I mean, sure, it would save me a bundle if I could just go, right, I've bought the Xbox because it is my personal preference, and everything I play is cross-play and available on both that would save me a clean fortune. I would have more money for games. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be paying for another subscription on a different platform. I wouldn't be buying games on a different platform. All my money, my time would just go straight to one platform. Now, as this generation winds down, if more and more examples of this takes place, then I will happily 100% just buy one console and stick with it. Because there's times I look at both my consoles sitting side by side on top of my cabin over there and think, I'm playing this one a lot at the minute. I haven't touched the other one in about 3 weeks. Why do I still have it? Now, I don't know if everybody's the same, that's just me. If something's not being used, I kind of like either to put it away or just to get rid of it. So that does bug me sometimes, that I'm forcing myself. Like literally yesterday, I forced myself to play my PlayStation 5. Literally forced myself. I mean, I've got God of War Ragnarok to finish. I have Horizon Forbidden West to finish. I have Spider-Man 2 to start. I still haven't even started it. And yet I just don't feel the urge to play it at the minute. I'm enjoying playing older stuff on my Xbox. Like I'm playing Civilization 6 again. Every time I get the bug for that, that's me for about a month. Until I burn myself out of it. And then I'll start playing other stuff again. I am playing COD quite a bit with some friends because I had enough COD points left to buy the season pass. Is it still called season pass? Oh, God, I can't remember. So obviously the battle pass. I'm working my way through the battle pass just for something to do. Just like you need to play it. You need to get this battle pass. Blah 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 blah. I tried X-Defiant. I could go on for about 25 minutes on that one game alone. It is not good. It is not good. When a publisher can come up with a game like Siege, Siege's gunplay is just chef's kiss. And then they spit out X-Defiant. It's just, are you feeling all right, Ubisoft? Is everyone all right? Was there any communication between your studios? Like, has anybody that works on Siege not looked at X-Defiant and went, guys, you need to fucking sort that out? Probably not from the sounds of it. But, well, before I end this random ass extra episode, which might not even be correctly numbered, if it's not, I apologize. I would like to introduce a new segment going forward, because while I have been MIA, there has been a lot of times during the main show where the guys have either said, oh, I'd love to hear what Mark thinks about that, or oh, we should ask, if Mark was on, we could have asked him and stuff. And obviously, not to sound like a broken record, we've been here before. My obviously family life and working life and stuff, and the guys makes it very, very difficult to get me on a show or to get us all even available at the same time. So I am hoping, I'm going to speak to them. I'm announcing it in this episode, but I'm going to speak to them that if there's ever anything they want to ask me, just to record the question, send me it. I'll play it during my recording. I'll answer them, and then we'll get our answers, and we'll have our Tirus rants. I reckon that's half of what they were wanting me to just blow up, like crap. Oh man. Well, thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen or watch this podcast. If you're Tom sitting behind your desk when you're supposed to be working, get back to work, you big bugger, and have a great day.